For sale for only 4 million in the Isle of Wight. But what do you think of this lot? This lot was a going concern, but it's been shut down for some reason. It says, I don't think it's because the place has gone bust. I think there's other extenuating circumstances according to the details in this. But we've got this bit at the front, kind of a big area at the back, the whole pier. You've also got moorings, but it's a stunning location, isn't it? And just imagine having your dinner or your lunch or eating at the end of the pier there. So I think this is like, it's been running as a bistro cafe and also as a restaurant. I think there's also lapsed planning to actually convert this into a house. So I think if you really wanted to live here, you could also do that, but obviously you'd have to spend above the 4 million in total to make that happen. I just think this is so unique, and therefore is there a business opportunity here to reopen all of this up? Side, whether it's like this now or not, I'm not sure, but I should imagine, you need to probably do a bit of stuff to the property to get it back up and running. But wow, look at those views. Again, it looks as though work needs to be done, but I'm thinking this is an amazing building. Obviously, at some point, as you can see, there's covers that you could run a cafe, a restaurant, you could go high end, you could go just a nice cafe here. So it welcomes in all sorts of opportunities, and there's a lot of space here. I think there's 100 covers outside. I think there's about 200 covers inside. So it can be a very big business, and I think that's probably why it's taking a £4 million guide price, because it's been invested in. I think they spent 4 million in getting this structure all sturdy, safe, secure. Structural engineers have been involved. It's all pretty new, so there's a lot of investment that's gone in that's probably doing that guide price. But you've got to have a look as to whether this will make sense with that kind of guide price. I mean, if you open up a restaurant, you don't need to normally pay 4 million. So therefore, I think, is this overpriced for what you're going to make out of it? Is this a going concern as a business opportunity? Are you having to sink too much money into it? The kitchens seem to be there already, so I don't think there's too much extra work. It's just the price. I guess this is the structure underneath the water as well, and you can get an idea of the layout here with all the tables. And the Isle of Wight itself, I believe tourism is starting to boom again, so this is becoming more and more attractive for a domestic location to take some time out on holiday. Actually, it's pretty quick down from London. There's a train directly down to the edge. You then get on a ferry across to the Isle of Wight. So it's not as disconnected as people might think. It's quite a good location. But the thing that really got me was actually, should you be spending 4 million on it? I don't think you should. And therefore, actually, you should put some offers in. Here you see, look, this is opening up offers to do potentially creative deals. Now, I specialise in creative deals, and here it's saying unconditional, conditional basis. They're open to offers. So then you could potentially structure a win-win deal, not need to invest the whole 4 million into this, even with bank finance, because it's going to be hard to finance without an up and running restaurant with books to prove that it's going to make money. So it's like, it's quite difficult to buy. And therefore, I think that they would be open to getting a creative deal sorted. Maybe they can finance it under vendor financing. There's all sorts of things you could do if you know how. So don't forget to give me a follow for more interesting property stories. And if you want to understand more about creative finance, then why not stick creative in the comments? We'll be in touch and we can have a conversation as to how this might help you along your property investment journey.